fellow Gambians, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. As usual, I'm going to be straight to the point, and I'll make sure that we get straight into the stuff. And I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking too much, overthinking, thinking about things that are perhaps very far from what the big announcement is. And I would be talking about what the announcement is. But first and foremost, I would like to say something before I move on, and that is it has just been reduced, but we believe we are Gambians with interest in the well-being of our country, Gambians with interest in seeing our country progress in a way that is going to be in the interest of our people, progress in a way that those that are in difficulty would see themselves out of the difficulty. Those that are going through hardships, there will be ways to get those people from those hardships. So if we ever feel that we need to come out and talk, we would come out and talk. And this would be, regardless of party politics, or this will be devoid of any thing that is partisan. Now, as you're all aware, now coming into what I'm here for, as you're all aware, I have, as a young man, expressed and indicated my interest in running for the office of a chairman of Brikama Area Council, which is West Coast. And I've done this with good intention, and of course for the interest of all of us, for the interest of the well-being of our people, for the interest of the well-being of our country, and for the interest of the well-being of the society in general. And in that follow-up, in my quest to get that work on, developments upon developments come, and the opportunities avail themselves, and it is only right that somebody that has the ambition to always come or periodically come to have these updates for you regarding what is happening and what we have in place and what new developments have come to pass, or what new developments come up for us in our quest to get a successful bid for the position of a chairman. Now, I got a lot of calls when I say I am going to make a big announcement. And I've received a lot of calls from my brothers and sisters from UDP. A sister called me, a big UDP sister called me from the UK, and was appealing to me to go back home. And home, she means back to UDP. And I've even seen on my post people writing to tell me, please come back to UDP. And I've also seen some of the junior ones, my own juniors in NPP, being a bit harsh on the message. Now, if I were in anyone's position, if you want to make an announcement that is in just 1 hour, patience is very important because otherwise unnecessary scenarios are created. First and foremost, Thank you so much for all those that are making reaching out to say, let me come to UDP. You have all rights to do that. If I were in your position and there is somebody like Gitteh, of course, no matter what happened, I'll always want to have somebody on my team. And I'm sure UDP is aware that Gitteh is one of the most formidable opponents, not an enemy, but most formidable opponents of UDP, especially, you know, running up to the presidential election. UDP admitted that, they knew that, they accepted that, and they acknowledged that. And in fact, from the party leader, they acknowledged that. And of course, if you have the best player, like I said, politics is like that, you know, it's Champions League, you know, you have, you know, I mean, you know, the British or, you know, UK Premier League, the La Liga of Spain, and you go to Serie A and all of these. That is how politics is. There is no permanent friendship. There is no permanent enmity. There is permanent interest. Where your interest is where you are. So, if you have a very good player like Ronaldo, who scores a lot of goals during a season for Real Madrid, you know, he scored a lot of goals against Barcelona, against Manchester United. It's only okay that Manchester's coach and team members, of course, wants Ronaldo back. He was in Manchester United. They sold him to Real Madrid. He beat Manchester United. They want him back. That's okay. So, politics is the same. If UDP and I had issues and they thought I wasn't any good, we couldn't, whatever, we left, and we knew each other now. Everybody knew everyone else's strength because politics has come and we knew each other's strength. We were one time in the same camp. We split it. Some say, we'll deal with you. Others say, we'll deal with you. And what happens? Mbenata nyo tembolong. Ha, karinyol de. Tonya njututela bariketa dena. Karinyol de. Na mimire manke otidu. So if UDP wants me back, that is normal. Am I going back to UDP? No. That is not what this announcement is. I'm not making an announcement to go back to UDP. But I am talking about political principles. The United Democratic Party members, not even a party as an institution, individuals in the party would like me to go there. Who is in the Gambian politics that will not want Ahmed Gitteh to be on his part? Who will not want that? Probably nobody, because they know Ahmed Gitteh can sacrifice his time. He can sacrifice his job. He can sacrifice a lot, and he's a formidable candidate. I'm sure everybody agrees. Everybody would say yes. Frankly speaking, if you put him on your team, he will make impact. So that's okay. But that is not what this announcement is about. Am I leaving the National People's Party, the party that I have formed? You know, NPP, a party that we formed. I'm a founding member. I tell people from the beginning, I did not say I'm a founding father, because I'll always say let's give that due respect to the elders amongst us. I am aware that the people that came together to conceive NPP were not more than 40 people. And I am among one of them. I am perhaps the youngest person in NPP when it comes to forming that party. And when it comes to at least contributing indirectly to those who have access to those that were writing documents. So I am a founding member of National People's Party. And I'm also at the forefront in giving that party its first successful political campaign and victory. And that is the 2021 presidential election. Every Gambian that has any interest in following Gambian politics knows and is aware of the roles I have played. We've gotten that success. We have formed a government. Now, those of you, again, I've talked about the UDP guys that want me to go back home. I don't know why they are calling UDP my home. It's politics. For those that are in my party, especially some of these young ones that I don't even know. Don't be harsh on Gitteh. I am a founding member of that party. Do not, I see some of them write nonsense, but I don't respond because, you know, probably the kind of bitter wars we fought, you have no idea. And so, you know, how thick my skin is, you don't also know. And I am somebody you don't want to make an enemy because I'm a very, 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 very formidable one. I'm a very strong-willed person. When I say this is it, that is what it is. When I hold on to it, my beliefs, that's the problem. If I hold on to something and I believe it 100%. It might be wrong from the outside. It might be nonsense to people. But if I am able to convince myself that this is what the reality is, and sincerely I believe in it, that is a kind of war that you don't try to make me, you know, get off that. So just to let you know, if you are an NPP, be careful. You know, you probably don't know a lot of things that I know. And if there are people, which I know there are, and that is normal, probably there are people who believe that with Gitteh's prominence, we are, you know, overshadowed. And that is normal in every society. There will always be that competition in the family, among brothers, among sisters, among community members, in classrooms, in political parties, whether it's NCP, whether it's APRC, party members might have one objective, but within there are always problems. There are always competition, sometimes very unnecessary, and sometimes fights that are not okay. That is in every party. NPP is no exception. But one thing I'm going to tell you is, when you hear me making an announcement, you start telling me things that are not okay. Whoever is telling you that, please go back to them, tell them that Gitteh has done more work than you in the party. So let him be. I am not out of the NPP. And I can tell this to everybody. The only time I am going to leave that party is when they sack me. Like they will write a letter because I don't have powers. I'm not in any executive position. I'm not the party leader. If the party leader feels that I am of no use to the party and I am too much for them, they can write a letter from the national level and expel me. The party can do that. But until then, I will not leave the party. And the problem you need to know, what you need to understand is, being in the same party does not mean we will not have disagreements. There are things the president might do I wouldn't like, and I am going to say it. I'm going to say it because I would believe this is what is in the interest of the Gambian people. If that is what it is, the interest of Gambian people supersedes the interest of the president. The interest of the Gambian people supersedes the interest of the National People's Party. Are we going to do everything right? No, we are not. Is the president going to do everything right? No, he's not going to. But if they do not do things right, and Gambians need to know and they do not, and I feel we need to talk about it, I will be one of those to talk about it and to bring attention to those type of stuff. So if those things happen, I do not hate president or the party, but I believe something is happening that is not in the interest of the Gambian people, because it is the Gambians that put us in office. Now, I want you to get these things very, very clearly. I have a right as a member of NPP to go into next Congress and say, I don't want President Adama Barrow as my next party leader. Again, you got to be careful. And I said this. What led to the split of UDP might get into NPP. What led to the split in UDP might lead, the same thing might happen in NPP. When you try to trample upon people's democratic rights, especially those who knew their rights and they knew they have nothing to lose, because people like Ahmed Gitteh, look, if you don't want to say it, I know it. I am aware. NPP have more to benefit from me than I have to benefit from the NPP. I've said that. I'm not talking about the future. I don't know about the future. But what NPP got from me, I do not get from NPP. Whoever is in that party today, you have any position, I had played a role in getting you to that successful position. So you are better off understanding that divergence of opinions are valuable in democracy. So I have a right to say, Barrow, I don't want you as a party leader for this and this, and it can be a personal reason. I have every right to say that. I have a right to say, I want Babun Fati, Samsidin Fati as the new leader of NPP. I have that right. So get that democratic, culture into you. Try and accept that. Try and agree to condone and tolerate those. If you are able to handle that, you will have a party that is going to stand the test of time. But if you want to continue like the unmanageable situation that happened in my former party that they call home, UDP, and I say this all the time, and my brothers, my amazing sisters from Jarasane, you are a problem. You know I'm not going back home. You say I'm home. If you want to take me back home, pick my big brother, the first son of Daddy. Pick him. He's in New York, Barrow. You have to go for him. We are the brothers we are all from the same father. But we are from the same mother and father with Barrow. If you want all of us to go home, you are not leaving any of us behind. You go for Adama Barrow, go for Fabu Sane, go for Alkal Konde, go for Lamin Tungara, go for Maimuna Sise, all of us. Pick all of us. We must all go home together. Lamin Cham Dusanu. If you cannot take all of us home, I'm not going home. Because you may crucify me when I come home. On a more serious note, I want to enjoin my own brothers and sisters, NPP, the young ones that are coming. I have fought a lot of fights for the party. And, sometimes I look at you and when you say things that you are not supposed to, I go look at your profile and scroll down, change the dates, go back to 2018, go back to 2019, 20, some of them, that's what I do. And I will not respond because I go back to your timeline history. When you insult me, tell me things about the party, I go on your timeline. You have never written anything about the party on your timeline. You have never, all you do is share things about music, things about, I don't know what Nigerians, memes and all that. If those are the things you share, 2018, 2019, 2017, when it was tough, the days that everybody will have to come perhaps to me to see what the Barrow side says. And you come in and you insult me. It's your right to insult, but I don't respond. But in the interest of all of you, Adama Barrow gains nothing. NPP gains nothing. Nobody gains anything. When you come out and you insult me, you don't gain anything. You don't. And I know that inside that political party, there is a problem. I know that. And I've been talking to people that I believe are responsible. Now they will tell you when he's angry, he goes to Facebook. And that is not necessarily true. And this is even the case even at the highest level. Because I was never told, but even Adama Barrow will go tell people, Gitteh, when he's angry, he goes to Facebook. And I heard Aminata Jain the other day saying, when he's angry, he goes, me. Before I come here and address matters, I will speak to several people that I believe can change the situation, and they do not. Now, this particular problem, I'm saying, the reason why some of you have started attacking some of us from the National People's Party is a dangerous one. If you ask the Deputy Speaker, Sidin Jai, I called him and I discussed that subject matter with him. Those that knew me and Sidin Jai, forget about NPP. Forget about that. Sidi and I, way back, way back, Sidi and I never see eye to eye. Because he knows and I know. Sidin Jai, this Deputy Speaker, Honorable Sidin Jai. We knew each other way back. Since Jammeh time. Sidin Jai knew me and I knew him. I knew who he is and he has an idea who I am. So we are not strangers to each other. And messages get to me at the level of the party and it's dangerous. And I spoke to him. And he would tell you, yes, Gitteh has called me and he has even asked me to reach out to those that are concerned, people who are, mentioned, who are adversely mentioned in that particular stuff to stop it. We are now, I think we are too experienced to not know when a message comes, where it comes from. And these direct attacks, direct targets of people will not take our party forward. And the most dangerous of all the problems is what some people are trying to initiate in the party. And that is this nonsense fight on tribal lines. The nonsense fighting, the stupid and irresponsible fight that is not based on anything tangible, not based on anything serious, but just because X belongs to this tribe and I belong to this tribe and I believe it is this particular tribe or ethnic group that is supposed to own NPP, this particular tribe and that is exactly what is happening. And I know when I get attacks, I know where they come from. But I believe, and my biggest fear is that what happened to a lot of these parties based on tribal sentiments might get to NPP and it will destroy us completely, because there are two things in life that we must all be careful of. And I've always cited this verse in the Quran. Kullu hizbin bima ladayhim farihun. Adamadio adamading. Grupu o grupu. Society o society. Mimbe buli ka titarwal. Mandinkol ka fole momo ka foela borile tiu. Momo. Ika foela borile tiu. Suruali akawon sodol. Niye sifadam fanso dundinam parti o kono. Akati nyan. Adum, yes, abe dunkan na party okon. I have called people to talk to them and I've been informing them that you need to stop this. We have to be one. We only became ruling party because we believe in diversity of our people. We believe that Gambia can only go forward when we stand as a diverse community. We come together, we recognize each other, and based on, not tribe, but on talents, on efficiency, on what you can contribute, on the intellectual pedigree, nga banko chika, nga samba nyato, imanke kuti mialonko amambetea. Ali nga stop, amanke kuti. Atol minka atakinke. Ngaloned alkake minkam. Alabula. So that small thing I am going to say about NPP, minube atakina, and I see and we know. Nga kalamuta fang, there were people that has physical confrontation with each other. NPP, molbije minu keleta, ye keloke, information of futada dulato, a futada dulato. Iketa minkama, ngalong, matter solve settle, and we need to settle them and move forward. Ndelafta min folalie is about my candidature for Birkama Area Council. Ntolu we are all one. Mbemu Gambia dingol leti. Adung ntekala fi minna. Adama di umi yalonko alayaso. Ning alayaso londola. Alayaso ngania nyimala. Alayaso sobeala. Alayaso tilimola. Alayaso kalankeala. akante nyabo bak foy mu manja kol ti bang foy mu jolal ti bang foy mu sererol ti bang akante nyabo bak gole atinna ntolla timo whether it's NPP or anywhere we are all the same adu ninjio nata Gambia kono West Coast region I'm going to limit it ninjio nata West Coast nin sama buteda abuka bungo korosi kafo nyimu kar la bungolti nyimmo kar nyollet nyimmo kar nyollet nyimmo mo kar nyollet longa fulo ngata nyimmo kar nyolla bungo yalo ala bukoke ne bungol jibe minuti nyata Gambia non la bungol katinya West Coast dingol la bungol katinya akeda West Coast kariti akeda wolle la bungol katinya ntol lafta minna nina banko ta as a party banku dingol lelbe complain kan mano dala koleal banku dingol lelbe complain kan ko kuran kata kuran kana banku dingol lelbe complain kan healthcare la situation banku dingol lelbe complain kan koleal mimbe keri mano mbeka sanda kilinala mbeka mano sanda kilinala ibuka fo nyillam si karti Gambia kono wolbe mano sanna nyilala nyillel botadula kari wolbe mano wala nitana loptano to boro mimbe maboring wol basoto la wala ninyol dodat woti je woto mimbi je wala mo lafta healthcare la mo lafta manol dali sonia mo lafta ila siloli dada mo lafta electricity soto ay tilling ay klamanol ni la domorol kana tinya firjoko ni tata docteur bundal to e ka surwal ni jolal ni serelol ni mandinkol ni molle taraje as medical doctors e ka wollel taraje as electricians with gamsel or nawek e ka wollel taraje as engineers with Gambia Roads Authority, National Roads Authority e ka wollel taraje in the Ministry of Agriculture. The exciting news is for Gitteh, for West Coast campaign, we are working on this policy formulation, my campaign platform. Kunung nga alatentu bake nga kila jai nga mo dantan sodomi alon ko ni diamuta mo nani Gambia no lel mude nganna nombake na video do alhamdulillah nga alatentu mol kan na video jibe min alon ko mo kallanke bal kunu nyolle nga wolu long walati nambe alatentu lambe kila jaila nyilmu molleti min alon ko Gambia dingol lelmu bari nyilmu molleti min alon ko be palasi leto dunia kono palasi ballel nga kumandiro sodo from a very senior Gambian mi alon ka be do ko wala World Health Organization WHO nga mo sodo mi alon ko na diamuta abe do ko wala with IMF nga mo sodo mi alon ko abe Angleterre working with a particular department in British government. He's a development economist, an expert working for British government. Nga mo do fana sodo o fana mu medical doctor di. He is having a big management position in a big university a university hospital in the United States. Wolbe kabirina nomba kijanne yang kumandina domu sereroti wala nan laftale ala kilotu bak domu mandin koti domu suruwati yemin sambanang very simple kabiriya mo india muta nganna blueprint sol for West Coast region ilata loko etolde sako mo sababe kono Imam Barrow support. They don't believe in Barrow government, but they believe I am NPP. They respect that. But they believe Fanako, I am a person, me along, I am passionate, and they believe I have the interest of the Gambia at heart. Because they have been following me. Alhamdulillah, I don't know people like that follow me. Omo kalanke balu Gambia banko kang. Kol kan de follow. Dunia kono. Kanna diamo lamoy. kabirin wati juma we ngala tentu. So they have accepted to join me. If you are not excited about that news, Jarai Sane, I'm very excited about that news. That's the news I'm very excited about, Jarai. If you think I'm coming to UDP, I'm sorry. I'm not excited. That's not what I'm coming for. That's the news I'm saying. So lafta min fola walam nyinti nyimmolu, they are ready and they are very excited to join me to develop my programs for West Coast, and they believe it's easy to fix that country with the right people. And West Coast is going to be the blueprint, and by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are going to make a lot of these plans ngamin soto into reality. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I have great people in the Gambia, great people that are working with me from the start and are still working with me. But I am happy that people from that level that are not even, they don't bother about perhaps what is happening at central level of government, but they are interested in joining our team, irrespective of which political party, which platform I come on. Baribe parela, kela nafulo dundi, kela londol dundi, kela watol dundi puruka jeko, West Coast yekedulati mi alonko, nyin development modelo nga sambanang, nga molla life soul ta, nge sika, nge sambanyato, nge improve, nga jeko adama dingole kairol soto na Bangkoka. This is very exciting for me, and I'm sure for every good citizen in that country. It is a very exciting news for all of us. At least, nimbankola mansa kunda, niwoma mol excite no. Ila molbe banta mo kallan keolu, molmi yalon ko, wala budgetoli kat minu take care, nga moldol ka, like the budget for portfolios that they are in charge of, can take care of Gambia for 10 years. People that would sit down and they are in charge of budgets for institutions that are almost $2, $3, $4 billion. $2 billion. £1 billion. Womo si falula budgetolu, Gambia government, the whole government of the Gambia, we don't have that budget in a year. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wolmu molleti minyalon ko na alatentu na kila jai. If those kinds of people are following us, if those kinds of people want to work with us and they want to make sure that West Coast people have their problems solved, na mol sotole minyalon ko right now, I want to inform you that we are developing a very good document, and we're going ahead with feasibility studies. West Coast Jibe, infrastructurally, me communicational Sony and Dilaje, Nyameng, and how best we can help in Alimbatu. How best we can fix the infrastructural problem for that region. Aning mbe drainage system kelano nyadile puruna molu samana nata jiol kalo dulalto aka kurangol del sabu aliyajele dindingol be fala ika ila kokilo ila kidneys ika very mysterious sickness lebe caring in the country. I'm sure there's no conclusive evidence or statement from the health sector to say, this is what is responsible for it. It could be paracetamol. But there could also be that there's a public health problem, which perhaps might be as a result of this flood problem in the caring. Contaminated water can be responsible. We don't know. We don't know what is responsible. So, Barry, if we are able to get a proper infrastructure, isaje Gambia banko se keko ntolminu tamata ngana banko kanu adul laftan na banko e tanyato ninna alphabet diamo la miye kumandiro ke Angleterre ko atol jamal lel bi jammi ni alon kon tamata minni alon ko tamata fontol telafila samaye ke birikama suto bari nimfano keta samaketa sukuda samaketa gunjur samaketa badibu samaketa na birikama sate ba ni wulta suba salole bukalon ko samaketa lefa atol mimbe Gambia wallante na atol minu tamata atol mimbe Spain albe Angleterre albe America albe Canada albe Sweden albe Finland albe Italy wato do sama minnu kake wolto wol buka ke Gambia bari sama se bute suto ima kalam da ko sama be kere wale palantero jibe yaje sama be busakan bari somanda ni jita inana buka lon ko sama be kering sama ke telefon kunun suto bari yes dinka kendol le soto yesila kendol le dada adi infrastructure le put in place in a way sama kita nyaonya molla bungolte toro sotola molla kuolte molte problem ol sotola for their houses and their properties sama se silo sita jio ita dumba jio kono ndol bebe la flola na marseol sedada so ntol lanyin just like I've always been optimistic and very, very excited and passionate about the well-being of Gambians, we are very busy and we are developing these documents. Like I said, Ntola plano revenue collection minake in place. We are going to make a lot of money. Willingly mi alonko Gambianolu ntol sontale ko. If you provide good service, if you provide good services to Gambians, they will be willing to pay for it. Wala nankale ko ni tata burusubi Brikama Area Council burusubi bole koto ndenga molonne fal kareso le kataje fal sareto sareti sarse korda kilim yajo $200-300 pura ila nyamo samba ta fayi. On one line, ika korda lul sotoje korda tang. Ni wol bejo. Omukori jamalti. They want these services. Wale atinna they are paying for them. Adu min kanake wo fal karestiol fangolu ika nyamo chika ite yale ni nyamo joye $300 o dila fal karestiolu. They go with their donkey cart. Ni tada fo inyame teje. They know you will not see them. They throw these garbage. I'm sure you guys are aware of this. Even if you will charge $200 every other day, Gambians, there are people that are willing to pay for these services. But if they are not available at all, they are creating problems for us. People are willing. There are a lot of people, many along call. They need electricity. Sometimes because of the inconsistency or irregularity of NAWEX supplies, they go for their generators. We are doing studies in all these areas. We have Gambians, adol Gambia din Kalankeolu, mini alonko alie kodo soto, alay almako altamata, alnata albebas albota basele, adol base din Kalankeolu URR, adol CRR din Kalankeolu, atol North Bank din Kalankeolu, atol Banjul Wodlal be Gambia din Kendolu, al tamata al yefengo soto al benata al ko West Coast le maliyati ngal bismillah nan al din kende al ye korda kendo lo dolla kordalis 10 million dolla kordalis 5 million dolla kordalis 30 million dolla kordalis 40 million wallahi aliye television on minu kije aliye fridge on minu kije your electrical appliances some of them are very expensive dollar televisions are almost $100,000 $2,000 US molka television ol sanne molka fridge ol sang $2,000 US molka mobile ol sang like Samsung 14 Pro is almost $110,000 in Gambia. But jorangolu, this electricity unreliability, aka joran jamal leltinya. Ntolu, we are looking at these things. Nimi asunya, if anybody steal this idea, tell them Gitteh has already brought this. So, because Molcom cannot plan for back, but they will say Gitteh has brought this already. There is material evidence here. NAWEC is supplying electricity at a residential rate. NAWEC has a commercial and residential rates. They are supplying our residential areas with residential rates. People want to consume electricity. Niaje be generate bal sanna. Ibe isanso kera kono. Ilafta electricity to be able to live in a kind of standard of living that they believe suits them. So Ndolu, Natimo, we have put forward a plan that especially Gambians that are affluent are living in Burfoot Heights, Jabang Estate, all those places, Minialonko, they are living and they want consistent supply of electricity. We don't mind. As a council, we will go to NAWEC. Now for NAWEC Yeko, yes, you are supplying us with residential tariffs. We want to talk to you on behalf of our residents. Honey Bank Solu, they are biggest clients. They take good care of them. When you are a multi-millionaire and you have your money in a bank, they take good care of you. If you are a council, if you are a government, your riches, you take good care of them. So we as a council, we believe we need to take care of our richest people. Wo sarakulo kendol mini multi-million dollar soto diamond singol le nade korda balsa West Coast. Wo sarakulol mini alonko e kodi bal soto. Wo fanol mi alonko e kodi bal soto. Na broda sol mi boda birikama sate ba. Ibota Sukuta, Ibota Bunjur, ye korda balsang West Coast dulalto. Mini alonko they are multi-million dollars compounds. We want to entice them. On behalf of them, we want to go to NAWEC. These are residential areas. But what we want you to do is to supply us with commercial rate on one condition. There has to be 24 hours electricity supply to them. 7 days a week. No interruption. We will pay you at a commercial rate. They will accept it. They want these services. They want to have uninterrupted electricity. We will supply them. When we supply them, we will make sure ila nyamol mi alonko ike fai na make sure na nyamol collect for free. In fact, we are not charging you. We are not going to charge you. Coming fenga kakenyamen, KMC kakenyamen. No, we have stopped that. We are not even going to charge you. Okay? I told me Nila Korda is, 10 million, $15 million property, 30 million. We are going to give electricity at a commercial rate. It's not that expensive for you because the properties, the materials you have in your house are very expensive. Unreliability of electricity will destroy your properties, your appliances, your $3,000 fridge, your $3,000 television, a lot of things that the electricity can destroy. We will supply it at that rate to you. But when we supply them to you, we will now appeal to you to pay the right rates. 0.4% of your property. Ndolbeleka. Nima electricity di la bukata. Ila nyamo mba kola for free. There must be street lights. Street lights ole neya. Mol kana ikela dula afita. Ite fenjola because those are services we must provide for you as a council. That's why you are paying rates. Nobody should pay for your rubbish to be collected. Momanya ne charge la puri yela nyamo ko. We can even do that for free for you. At the end of the day, we know 0.4% of 15 million is this particular amount. Some of your compounds today, the values are 50 million. Cordal bige mineral, they are 50 million B. Nia jibe la value benyame. Cordal dol bige, they are 35 million. We charge you, you will pay happily. So don't worry. Ni bota, basele, ni bota birikamale, ibota dula, ni korda kendolo, ning Ahmed Gitteh nala timo nata, we have this for you. Ninda wek bekachalale, mbenyil kelale, ningal supply, aliala rate sol jo, wo rate sol minubina from you the rich people, in your great places, we will build good markets for our poor. Our women gardeners that are getting tomatoes, they need these tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, to be sold in the markets, good market environments, to be able to supply you rich people, to feed on very nice, very healthy vegetables from the markets where you will not have flies and you will see feces, gutters and all of that. So we will get that money. We will build excellent markets for our poor women. We will supply them with garden fence barbed wires to be able to protect their vegetables from animals. We will be able to build cold storage facilities so that if they harvest their tomatoes, their watermelons, their bitter tomatoes, their lettuce, if they are not sold 1 or 3 days in the market, it will not be spoiled. They can go and keep them in those cold stores and they can sell their fresh produce for at least 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks without having any issue. I don't remember to Babduali alone. Naltata Walmart, Natata supermarket or Spain, Angleterre. Alka mente o dol taraje. O mente o kataraje le lokum fula. Womentewol ikatarawo dinkirato le lokum fula, they are fresh. Jaba jambol kataraje lokum fula, they are fresh. Mentewol kataraje, do you find them there? Bari Gambia tilobe nyamen niye mente wafi tilikilim fula saba amantinya mentewo betinya. So ntolunga nyimplanol sotole. We are documenting all of this. So I want you to know we are serious about this. And we can do it. And we have people that are able to. I'm not an economist. I'm not a civil engineer. I'm not a specialist in agriculture. And I'm not a specialist in development. But we have people. Moliam Kumandle Miniko. And it's very sad. Birikama Sade Okon. Right now, World Bank wants to build a hospital for the government in Birikama. One of the best hospitals. There is no land. Planning is terrible. We have no land. Ibeloptano min lokam farato. It was earmarked for Birikama. There is no land. Imal Lanso. Sainteng, there is a plan to build a first-class hospital in Birikama by, of course, Barrow's government. World Bank is going to sponsor it, and there will be another one in Basse. But they have no land in Birikama. But the problem we are facing now is a lot of the world is getting, modernized. Birikama warta baake. But Birikama is in a way that even businessmen ka ko. If you have a business portfolio that is $1 million, don't take it to Birikama. Because the situation there, the environment is not yet conducive for it. So lafta minna walam, we have to decongest that place. But we also need to create a lot of stuff. One of them, social amenities, like a parko. Birikama parko tije. Dindi wolbe tuluna muntole. Dindi tuluna da birika. Nemo dolbe diamola. There was a time I told you guys we needed to move that market, that fish market to the old governor's residence. But somebody gave me a very good plan. Governor former residence is a good place for a park. And that's true. And that's so bad. It's so unfortunate. Samba, Samba Park to a Tulum. We need to create those kinds of environments. It helps people to take out pressures. All mental health specialists on Yirinka. Barenkale nata. Funding keulun tol manjina alla de. Kodi wo kodin tolba make la sawo sang. Million tan saba. Lafta o landilale. Pour funding keola development o damma. Kodi wo kodin ba make la. Million tan saba. $30 million from it is going to be purely for the young people. Nime a business plan soto. Ya sambana. There'll be a time every year. Yela business proposal so rebota West Coast le. Ya sambana. Ya sambana. Ngemakwe. Nila plano is good. We will even create an entrepreneurship training center for the council. The experts all mini alonko, they are rich like Mustafa Njai Taf, Sheikh Umar Gigo, Mohammed Jah, you have Almamo Fati, you have people that are successful in their trades. Some of them are outside of the Gambia, Mohammed Manjang, Dr. Malandin Gitteh. These are people mini alonko, they become experts in their fields. Ye makoi, nimimu technology salty. We will create a training center. Training center mi alonko. If we are able to, be convinced, yela project ko samananga kodo dila, we will not only give you the money to establish a business, but we will also attach you. You will have to have mandatory training in our training center for free, and we will have an expert that is going to be attached to you. They are willing to help you develop your business. They will mentor you, they will coach you, they will also make sure they check your moves, how you spend, what you do, to make sure you have a successful business. Ne business also do West Coast Tanyato, ndenga message le sotalie. I am a member of NPP. Let me make that very clear. You may think I may not be in good terms with anybody, whether it's Adama Barrow, Fabu Sane, Demba Sabali, Maimuna, but you may think I may have anything with anybody. But the NPP mudena anolti mbele tamoti. Momang NPP kanunti. Nimiye umira imale kaminfo. Ntele NPP kanal beta aton mimbeka kumafuru fonde. I love that party more than all of you, because I have done what none of you will do. I have left my job, and I will repeat that. Sit down and ask yourself, if you have a job and you are paid $4,000 a month, you go to your boss, your supervisor, and ask him to give you a leave, 6 months vacation. Boss, I want 6 months vacation. What do you want 6 months vacation for? I'm going for politics. Oh no, I cannot give you that. You either stay on your $4,000 job or you go. You quit. Billahi alladhi la ilaha ghayru. Atol minu kallama, atol min kanne nyimpati yola kola. Nal mo kemelom, mo kiline be sonnal. Dola wil nani dokuo karo. Ila dimbal bije. Partio kano kan. Banko kano kan. Itate la bosia. ika ko boss lafte kari woro vacation o dinan kada political la boss ko enta dilela yeste yenyin do ko ta walle fonyo kabirin ka ko don ben fonyo la amira nyamatal. My boss thought I was sick. Yes. Ne atol lemu alla boss ko hanitita bilal tita. You will not sacrifice $4,000 monthly salary for a job in Canada. You will not, and go home. No matter how much you like NPP, no matter how much you like Adam Barrow, you will not do it. That's what I did. And you know, on top of that, what I did also? You know what I did? Mansakunda karamunjo kodo mindina. Canada government jo kodo mindina karamunjo kodo. Ekonya taeta karamunjo. Ye karamunjo. Ye kodido dina. Ye mindina ngachi kanata da Gambia ka politiko kal. Ye karambujo fakabang. Nga karambunjo nying. I withdrew from all my courses. Because nga jibele baro support for wala fonga continue school. I'm telling you about things you will not do. So ni moli yo kato alkana mol fair. Mbe kuyalale. Mbe kamfala nyo kamale. Baral kana mol fair de. Mansata la fana nin kendo lem. Ha dol la nyamol kabo dol balal de. Alsala kilotu. Dunia na kairolu anin na korolu, they are interconnected. Nena nga nyim for UDP le mol dol yenne na mak yana nyol yenne. Ite ka jutu mo dola. Ha? Wole tela kairoti. Kurano le ofu. Iya mena fengo do, iya fengo do kanu. Wote la kairat. Iya fengo do ko wole la kairo. Ite ka jita minneng. Ase keno mansata la ya. Jita la kuola tina Adam Barrow ganyen. Ase keno alatalla mansabaya mansomi e moluda. Nita ninjita ni Adam man la nyokang. Ase keno e beta kairo sotol. Wala ninjita mantara o kafo kono. Ase keno o kafo ye minsuro eta sotol. Alaka ol kenole. Mafoko wala ketade. Barenko alaka ol kenole. So nalbe nyokalsa alkal hakilo tu woltole. Alsala kilo tuot. Nde mam fenge mbatol le man tol mimbe nyobul. You don't insult people. You don't make people angry. Nde, I didn't ask for any job for anybody. Ma for moing appoint palasito. Adum molang appoint bale a palasot. Billahi alladhi la ilaha ghairu. Ana amantora. Amambatandi. Because Allah, I write mindi mola. Ntenga ulonde. Niyo write fenge ya marito nyele. Ndeko. I am running for chairman of Brikama Area Council. Mammo tonye otode. Ninko baro enke minister ti force. Wode nga baro tonye nga banko tonye nga partio tonye. Ninko baro enke ambassadoti. Nga banko tonye nga baro tonye nga partio tonye. Ninko baro enke directoti. Nga banko tonye nga baro tonye nga partio tonye. Because wolu manke dulati mi alon ketele ka fo kare alin kijang. Wala mba nyini lale. Wolte nyini talti. Ika wolchi kale adila. Bari karteo ka fay damen banko e sembo dinale nganyini partio fana right dinale pour nganyini nimbe ola niten support lambula je mbula because man na mo lan ko do ko dina by force adunde ma wori wala wolute wori fendinde ka wori minna wala nan kale ko alanga nyo bunya nga nyo horoma West Coast hate me or like me. But ask Ibrahim Asila, he knows. Minister of Information, West Coast. But in Ali Ajel, you saw what happened in parliamentary election. My brother Diamo Ndebuka Fanja Yoke. But in Ngaminke West Coast presidential election, what I did in that region, what Ibrahim Alone. Ibrahim Silla knows. Ala de woni Ibrahim. Nyeta hamut nyari hamna. So alanga nyobula. You could have seen the difference. Perhaps a signal. When Gitteh was there. When Gitteh was on the ground. What happened during the presidential election. When Gitteh was not there. When he was not with the team. What happened during parliamentary election? Again, ma for kondela kede. Tolel sa for ko ha ite bijeti je tanan. No problem. Bari, moli alon ne denga minke. Ala be sedi arana ala kila. So ntol mbuka mfaita ndi bari ale momo so minae solde. So nimbe nyoe wo nyama. Alin kakali nyo neng. Ite mam mimfango no because ite mimka diamu ite tamu kulubali alti. Ndenga minno baroe. Atol dodo ta no lai. Ndenga minno NPPA. Atol dodo ta no. In fact, some of you are at home. Albe Gambia nale visa soto. Albe kodo found $1 to leave that country. If you have a visa and tomorrow is election, billahi, if you have your tickets, you will fuck that election and leave. You don't care. And there are a lot of you that are outside Minukanyinge. You didn't go back to Gambia to go and register. I went at my own expense. Ndadaranga partiyo Jomboy, Mbije, there are evidence. Nga mobilization o ken duntam findita. Nga partiyo Jomboy because man la finga malu. Partiyo Jomboy tam Mbije. Nada kodike registration o kari fula ngawleke fabu sana yalo mimbe kere registration o na moto kamol chika ke samba eta register na pikopo suta tili kabiri somanda kamol pik ke samba nang ado fuelo buka bo baro yad na fuelo kamol samba na register pour e carte o fay ngaw kele kabiri me karo me for end of June mboda Gambia June, July, August, September 1st, bimbe diamukan tembo min. Wenda tara Gambia banko kan. Mole presidential campaign kumase November. Ndenga kumase September 1st. Ndenga ndolong Gambia. Nena man landa bunkono the whole day. For end of January. Every day. 8 o'clock leka nkaboya. Sateti je man dundame West Coast. Atol dodo te okela. Hanali ya sembo soto angani otala. So nindol nga oke. Nena fewa je mimandia nyamba folale. Alimbula. Ntol nina obe tu. Ntol le fisiata atol dolti in the party. What we are capable of you are not. Even when it comes to the defense of the government. Albentel nenka alben nonsense of folande. Altita people President Barrow has made a speech. He has made a speech. Under normal circumstances, if Barrow make a speech, I look at it because I'm educated. I look at the document. I read President Adam Barrow's speeches. I make sure I understand them. If I do not understand them, the person I ask mostly is Dauda Jallo, the Justice Minister. He will lecture me and explain the legal terms for me. That's what I do. Ask Dauda Jallo. Nka kumanle, nyen speecho. What would this mean? What would this mean? Nga ayafonye, neatumanongo is about agric, nga amifabure call. I make time to call ministers and ask them about what some of this means if I don't understand. And I come to the wall to make sure people understand what Adam Barrow is saying and make sure it reaches the people the way it is supposed to reach them. Go and do that before you waste your time on me. Go defend Barrow. Our government's name is the worst right now. B. Near Cartel 5B. Barote ganye bale adamal. Abe boy la fay dun kolon kona ate dan na bankot. Barobe boy ibe MP ibe mbute lan fonga nkuwe dun fengogo. That does not mean good things are not happening. There are good things happening. But who is telling them? Not you. You are sitting here. You are insulting Gitteh. You ninga fensa fe alkalkana alkandel. Jani kandana altita about use that time to go and defend your government. At least ye momo nyininga. Nkwa hanina was enemies ka fole ko anala kumbe. Anyontije. And that is the truth. Do that. You know, that's what I want you to do. Also build your own. Before you come after me, Gitteh, you are this, you are becoming too much. Who's becoming too much? I have not signed an agreement with any human being that I will support. This is politics. Even Barrow mante joko dilanga support. When they were coming in 2021, we had 6 presidential candidates. I can go and support Esa Fall. And in fact, Al diamo bula. Al tali alla times penale Barrow support. There is nobody defending Adamo Barrow at all. Everybody is quiet. Yeah, Ninda, if I'm quiet, I have right to be quiet. Because yes, more, you know, I got insulted and I got angry with that. And that is my right to do. Because that is moma ko la yenne. Barola muso yenne. Ayenne mina ntemam kukala manfek. I have dignity. But you are becoming too much unnecessary talks. I have my dignity and my principles. And if you do things I don't like, just like all of you have your principles. And that should not be a problem. You don't blame a victim. You don't blame an individual for reacting to the injustice that happened to him. You don't do that. And that is what a lot of you are doing. Because the problem is, I don't know do man do who can the NPP. Ndena ma fo moy lafta palaso le mbalal. Nena ma fo moy kulubale a wala tilinta na ndimi ngaf. Mini atilina they feel konde I should keep quiet on that injustice. And that is what I don't. What am the UDP kwendi? Near understand about me. I can go. Kabirinde kata Gambia. Billahi nakasanke ngolesa. By koyo. 6 meters ngasa nada da Gambia. But aliyo mwen. Because nkoye konte. In UDP the problem was we had a differences of who should be a leader. Who should be a leader? Some say Hussein Udabo, some said Barrow. I said Barrow. There was no democratic process that occurred. Molko Nimantra Husseinu, you are not UDP, you are hypocrite. I say, hell no. That's not what the party document says. And I will never condone. I will never be controlled. That's me. You don't. If you want to, I have a very critical mind. Convince me intellectually. With dignity and nanyo saba ninga lonko ebe right billahi nka son fabu nyol nyininka ninni diam and I'm not a difficult person. People have inferiority complex when it comes to approaching me. So UDP wala manso wala nsamba nko saying nimintamu Gambiati alaya kiti yote entema, and I put my life on the line to make sure that ndolkana malu Mafonda Malana life ke on the line there. But all of us put our lives on the line, and I am one of them. And every Gambian is a witness to that. I don't call of, but that job, somebody is at the leadership that benefits more than anyone else in the party. It is that individual, me a kutilina mimman better. And the person is not willing to apologize. And I'm also saying I'm not going to accept it. Say, ni ete tonye ite, ni ete tonye, mi e tonye, akonge tonye la adiata nyele with all of that you have to accept that person. Adama abukatamo nyama, fakatamo nyama, abukatamo nyama. Bari parti o mumbele tati, adumbe minyini kambankola lualot. Say, nite modola sonko ta, modo ye jite tonye, ada tonye mina mambetea, jite le bolota, ite ko ebela la tonye lakang. Ini wobe jite talkalka kulubali atilingal. That is what I don't accept. And if I look at some of you do stuff you talk, I mean, I'm not NPP. Malobe Jumal Nafal. And when it comes to Birikama Area Council, I can tell you one thing. I'm going to run on the NPP. I have already drafted my letter. My team is looking at it. Already I have sent the team to Birikama Regional Office for Independent Electoral Commission, and they are looking at the documents. And those documents, they will get every requirement. Yeah, Sambana. I will pick these documents and my letter, and maybe my grade 12 certificate, because that is the highest you need to become a chairman of Birikama Area Council. My Nusrat High School certificate, and I attach it to it. If they want, they can ask for my university degrees, and I'll happily present my university degrees to them. And I will wait for the right time. NPP, more than the doyandino lot. because nde warata wotole mafo moye warandi je ala fango nde warandi wotole adum na barako ala min dinna wala warandi je molta fale juma ika munedin. What do they give me? Ask NPP what they have given me. Ask them. Ite min kandene afa NPP as a party aliye muneji jitela nde hanindara Gambia party obuka pat mamba jiknjanyi ninka. After the election, the last day I was going back, a Friday I went to State House for lunch. Nimamba jik bendaje. Nga fale uncle. Nada nga nyoje uncle nanga def yang kijam. Akonya you need to come for us to talk. Nga I was going home tomorrow. This was a Friday. On Saturday I was leaving Gambia. After 6 months of my stay in the Gambia. Akonya you are going like that without coming to see me. And this is what I told him. You guys in charge of the party. Ndeka botu babu dungana. I go to headquarters. Nindarange kondong. Albenyadi. Kortanant. Tanat. Abanta. You will not tell me anything. You don't acknowledge my presence. You don't even care whether I'm here or not. And you see my activities on Facebook. You see my activities on the radio and TV. Doing my work for the party that you guys are in charge of. Nobody even tells me, Gitteh, okay, you have come. We know you can do this and this. We want you to do Ibukake. And you want me to talk. And I told Mamba Jiknja, you don't care about our presence. And that is what it is. They don't care about our presence. I mean, officially as a party. So ndekada Gambia nga doko nkalon ko ngake alanin kilale. Ngada nga doko. Nimpare nga sena. Partio like official coming for example UDP coming party executive policy eko karinyol lenata ye TV samanang these people come from the US, these people come from UK, or they have done something, the party ko you are welcome. No monena makende nobody. The president, of course, I see him and he sees me, but sir ni obekere partio ndelengal nafa nimu minister di NPP alonko Gitteh mumoti mi enafa because I contributed immensely pour molie voting sotono ye voting ke NPP nimu ambassador di seolong adu naliente kala candidate oti for West Coast region woyato le makoi. Yes, Gitteh will become a chairman, but obe NPP le strengthen because Gitteh has a lot of support across party divide. I have supporters from GDC that are willing to support me. I have supporters from UDP, a lot of them that are willing to support me. In fact, Doila supporters, I have Doi supporters. In fact, Keksane is going to support me. Keks, you are here. You are supporting me by force. I have all these people supporting me. They are not supporting me because they want NPP. They don't care about NPP. They will never support Barrow. But they believe Gitteh is a man that ticks all the boxes. And we are going to vote for him, regardless of whatever that happens. If a party is smart, that party should leverage on that popularity. You bring Gitteh, you don't only get NPP. What you get is NPP plus others that are Gitteh loyalists. They love Gitteh. They might not be in the same party with him. But Gitteh as a person, they love. And Alma Imanke Tole, they know. So when you pick me, that is what you get. If you do not pick Ahmed Gitteh is going to run for that position. For example, if Ahmed Gitteh runs for that position, I can assure you, half of NPP in West Coast will go with me. Sako funding keola ani musol. Because they know ko, niende kije, ye momo kije, ya nonne konde mui dingolti, and they trust me. Adumbenyin kalota lali. Nimanta, half of NPP you are going to lose it. As Ibrahim Asila again, I'm going back to his nyata hamut nyari hamuna. So if you know about these dynamics in politics, why are you making all these matters, things? That's the problem. I want to be chairman of Birkama Area Council. Alman Palasi did not complain. Left the chairman of Birkama Area Council. I'll calvo for a problem. What do you want? Some of you. I mean some of you. That's not fair. What is that? I have a lot of support from other parties. I mean, other political parties. In fact, right now, Ndela campaign team, I have 25 people. I have people in Fonyi, Noto Alliance people. I have people in, so, party is built and party are supposed to be partium opportunism-led. Who is electable? Who is going to give my party what I want? That is what you do. But I'm looking at Gitteh that, narrow-mindedly, because ndani Gitteh mandia. Idaji kole ati nani mandia. That has nothing to do with the well-being of NPP. Because ndele party o kanuiti. Ite mi alongo ininde kuyata. Inim kuyata minna. Ite la maakeku. Ndeka hakilo tu baki. Ida, alie kodole tapalea. Wala ida, minuwe birikama. Ye candidate on leta, momalaf candidate on minna. Candidates that are not qualified. That is against the party's wills. I say no. And that is what is supposed to happen. Why would you pick people that are not supposed to represent us at parliament? You did that. You did very bad job. We told you, and you feel we should be bootlicking you. I will not do it. Now after I like idea. How do you pick people? Kamol Jelandimol. Some of them wolom. Some of them. That is what it is. At regional level. Gitteh man ndolga moltale at during party, National Assembly election amans. Na muna nalmang ganye. Anyanta al hakilot la old. Al ninte do ko al ganyet. Adundanga al be too. I know your strengths against mine. So al kaminu kina ngabe kalamudal. Barintolu nte kukela ngamobe bunya ngamobe horoma. Everybody has a right to run for that position. I am going to seek for that office. And I'm going to do it through my party. The party that I have worked so hard to build. The party that is synonymous to my name. Niko NPP. Eko mollis. Ni afo kilim fula saba nja ikafole Gitteh. Kilim fula saba. Nani njang ikafole Gitteh. Kilim fula saba nani ikafole Gitteh. So, wo party yonga doku okaile. I will continue to pursue this happily. And I have nothing to lose. And I say this more sincerely. I have nothing to lose. This is a calling. West Coast region deserves the best. We have an area council that is supposed to be an engine for development, that is supposed to better the lives of our people. For the past 60 years, that has been a problem. And I believe we are being educated. We are sent out to study. We are sent out to get education and get back to our country and assist and change and better and improve the lives of our people. And that nobody needs to tell me for me to be able to know that that is what I am supposed to do. Nobody is supposed to let me know that. Not NPP, not APRC, not UDP, not anybody. The people need me, and I know I have what it takes to take them, no matter how difficult it is. I'm ready to take the challenge. I'm ready to face the challenge. I'm ready to face the difficulties. And I know with right leadership, you have people that are willing to sacrifice everything to help that country. That is why I got those calls those days. There are medical doctors who are actually willing to take 2 months vacations to come and help patients in the Gambia. There are nurses, many alonko, they are willing to go back to Gambia and help. There are engineers, there are statisticians, there are agriculture specialists, there are professors who love that country and they want to just have an enabling environment and are willing government and institutions to welcome them like Rwanda did to its citizens outside. isaje na doku. Gambia's development is the simplest thing. The type of person you want is a radical, crazy man in some of these positions to change the mentalities of a lot of people by force. And we believe we can do it. We are young. I'm not 50. So at 50, go ahead, if I lose this job, what else am I? I am not even 40 years yet. I have few years to come before I become 40. So if I go and lose at Birkama Area Council, the whole Gambia will know that after Gambia government paid my university, I have come and I have availed myself to the Gambian community. And I want to help them. If I lose, I will continue to help that country in various capacities. But I'm not scared whether somebody supports me or not. That's not what I'm scared about. Me, the only thing I'm scared as a person is if you denied me a platform. Billahi alala demarod. Nde, mokana diamunye, malafi baro diamunye, wala dabo diamunye, wala fabu diamunye, microphone dinna, moli ebe yella moy, ninga osara akanyanta. Adunga osodo Gambia. Bayring, ni tata Gambian koli, tata political. Barote balnol eta diamu moli. Dabo te balnol. Mama kande te balnol. Radio bije. Media bije. Adu ni tata sate ol te baile ko eta diamu lanye. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. So, ndekal fenge wala. Ni mol bije, ninka diamu no molie. Ninka diamu no molie. Tomawe to alabul. Ha, mol be la moelal. Hani mala fil la moelal ibel alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Fonga futa campaign wato do, ngana documental file, ngata nga futa molma. Adung, atol min fanal bijang, mbenna nomba dilala. Manglena jox sama number, sama numero. My Canadian number. Because if I did not give this number out, I wouldn't have gotten those great men to contact me. So my number is 613-880-6628. That's my number. 613-880-6628. 613-880-6628. 613-880-6628. 613-880-6628. That's my number. Alasafe. +1 is an American. Canada and America have the same country code. +1 is the country code. +1 001. You can reach me on WhatsApp. I have a team on the ground. They are going to places every day. There are football teams that are inviting us for finals, for leagues. I'm sponsoring 2 tournaments. Gitteh, I'm sponsoring a tournament. Nyofele as well, we are sponsoring a tournament. We are printing our t-shirts and we are printing our flyers as well. Alhamdulillah, we are far ahead. And we have committees in Fonyi, we have committees in Lamen, we have committees in different parts. And we also have a team that is helping us outside. Some are working on our documents. My website is very far in advance. I'm a web developer myself. I do web development. I'm in that area as well. So I'm working with my friend. We are developing our website. Informations will come as and when necessary. The election is in May 2023. That's why we are taking it easy. But anybody that wants to join our group, you have an idea to bring, you are a young man. Forget about party. I might be selected by NPP. But when I go there, I'm going to work for West Coast. And anybody in West Coast who has the interest, we will work with all of you. Like I said, this development economist that called me yesterday from UK is a strong member of the UDP party. He works with British government. He's a powerful guy, very high position he's holding in the British government. So he doesn't care about who I am. He supports UDP, but he's willing to join my team and work on that. I know people that are not partisan in politics. So let's join together. Call my number. If you want to call and insult me, that's fine, because I can block your number. If you are in the Gambia, you want to join this team, you can join us. Tell me what you are capable of doing, and we will give you a role, especially the young people. We have a lot of places that people want us to go to, football tournaments, activities and all of that. Sometimes we don't even have enough of manpower for the demand. So we want to build different committees at different places to make sure we are okay. By the time NPP picks me, we go for victory. If NPP doesn't pick me, we go for victory, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ngal beten dungal jay. I am NPP. And I believe in my party. Now the government is working. What is lacking with our government is information sharing. I acknowledge the fact that the world is difficult. Dunia be kolerin. Bari foini moli diam. Barrow's government have had that problem from 2016. Information age. This is an age of the young. Social media. Active communication is important. Be on Twitter. Be on Facebook. Go to radio stations. Do press conferences. Invite journalists. Talk to radio journalists. Talk to TV journalists. Go to Bantabas. If it means that, go, do it. Make sure you inform citizens. Because what is happening is, if you leave a gap, and that is what the government is doing, my government, that is what they are doing. You leave a gap that is supposed to be filled with information, and you have not. Someone else will fill it with either false or true information. And that is what is happening in politics. Your opponents will fill that gap with false information or with information that are against you. If you do not come and fill it, you are left with countering or reacting to their information. And that is very bad. You have to be the one that is proactive and you take the lead. And that has always been Barrow's government's problem. And for some reasons I know, a lot of our media houses, a lot of Barrow supporters, a lot of NPP members that were very, very active, that were very, very enthusiastic, now have left. They have, I don't know, for whatever reason, they no longer come, they no longer defend him. Whatever reason that is, that's fine, including myself. I don't have time now, like I said. I have passed that stage to come and, give a blanket support or so, especially under circumstances that all of you are aware. I will not do it. The party, we all share the party. The party belongs to all of us. And our job was to make sure we talk to people to vote for Barrow. And I'm sure we got that from them. His job and the government's job is to deliver to people and tell people the delivery that they are making. If they do not, that is not Gitteh's problem now. That is their problem. And if for any reason government needs me, I'm sure they know where I am. They can reach out if they want any support. But that is only the government. I am doing my business, and like I said, I'm busy with Birkama Area Council. This year, there has been a lot of flood, a lot of problems. We need to fix the problems for our people. We need to talk to NAWEC, like I said. We also need to make sure garbages of people are collected at no cost. We need to provide transportation system for people. The prices of food commodities are expensive. And as a government, a local government, let me qualify it, we will want to engage multi-millionaires of West Coast region or even Gambian region. Can we talk to government on your behalf? We can engage central government, Ministry of Trade, and help, let's join 10, 20 or 15 Gambian millionaires that are Gambians and they are really interested in the well-being of Gambians. As a government, local government, we have all those plans in place. Gambia dingol bije mini alonko, they know itolen kamano sang ibamanyol ni famanyol ebe banta ebe business ola, but they believe that the bag of rice is unacceptable. You know, it's a free market, but the businessmen that are there, most of them are non-Gambians, and they are playing with Gambians. And so we want to engage Gambians, meaning they are rich, together as a local government, na central government near Kacha, let them get engaged in import of food commodities. Ye manol sambanang, ye tulol sambana, ye mako in our west coast. I mean, instead of seeking for profit 150 on a bag of rice, help us. Just seek for $50 on a bag of rice when things are very difficult until we get out of this problem. Ntolbe o walk out kan. Adunga Gambia no sort of koditi lemu, West Coast dingo lemu, minni alonko they are willing to do that too. Mediam la mansa kundale, council fana ninga kodijama collect, we can enter into private public partnership pour moleta ye manol sandang, ni manol say tulol sang, ni nada West Coast na mano da nga tala because na molbe ole kumbola imafo ko lafta kura wala mialonko wala lafta train solela. What Gambians are asking for is very easy. It's very basics. It is the basics that our people are asking for. I'm in Europe. People are talking about something else. Not there is no electricity in Canada. Hell no. That's not what people think about. There are no good roads. Oh no. Come on. Don't. Well, there is no water for people to drink, or there are no good schools. That's not what people, those are dreams. You know, nindada nimbada jandada Gambia, kurang fada, come in nkabarale follow, because I'm used to, electricity is gone, electricity is out. No way, no. I mean, nah. Well, geote pombot, there's no water in the tap. Those are not things that I think about. No. So, but Gambians, these are things they are asking for in the 21st century. And if you think you should not be involved actively to fix that problem, something is wrong with you. And that is what I believe I am going to go into. That's what Gambians are asking for. Somebody in Pacholing don't have a tap. There is no borehole built there. Pipe-borne water, clean water is not there. They fetch water from, that is, I mean, the basics of the basics is what Gambians are crying to achieve. That's what is happening. So we need to get that. Simple roads, silo mambeda, sila kendo mansoro, geod mansoro mbemimina, electricity mansoro. These are simplest things Gambians are asking for. Ngana chalo dabe kolearing fish, nga samana nga tabi, nga ke firijokon, kurao mansoro abetinar, na domoro nakino, nga tabi mkonsita adoku wala nkana tabirok, nimbata ninna da nga tabi, jandin kana, kurao da suokon, ndara doku wala 8 hours, nga tabi na domoro betol da firijokon. Simple. That is what I'm saying. Basics of the basics are what Gambians are asking for. And it's not difficult to provide for them. We must fight together. We must work together. And we must destabilize that corrupt mentality, that issue of bribery that is destroying our nation. The corruption that is destroying our nation. The corruption that is messing up with every single sector of our country. Yeah. You see for yourselves. I mean, you know, people, you know, ni mobile kutol nata near Gambian wal je molla salary lumansia. If you see the kind of mobile phones people buy, nindata Gambia, the kind of vehicles, molka moto sifal minu sank, mol mina salary mu $20,000 ni ela moto je, ni aje be sabatrin dame. Sometimes you get guilty. How did this happen? Where am I? But at the end of the day, Bankola Kodo a baby tida. Gitteh wants to be a part of those Mimbo eradicate. Adum billahi wallahi tallahi. Fenden de stop lol. Alade animal. For Alade. But that love for my country and my people. Wo aleo dindale wo metal what a bit. And I will continue to pursue that. So anybody that wants to be part of my team, you are welcome. We will fix West Coast. West Coast, we are going to fix it. We'll fix. Billahi, I swear, we'll fix West Coast. Yeah. And if you believe in that, forget about party. Give me 4 years. If I cannot do it, kick me out. 4 years, give me. If I cannot put it on track, get the hell out of me. That's why democracy is very nice. It's just 4 years and there's another election. If you cannot, and of course, if you believe in Sirifo Sonko and gave him a chance, you should believe me and give me a chance. If you believe in Talib Bensouda and gave him a chance, you should really believe in me to give me a chance. If you believe in Rocky Malik Law and gave him a chance, gave her a chance, I think you should believe me and give me a chance. Honestly, if Gambians can believe in Honorable Sirifo Sonko, Ya Jibe, Ya Fenge Kai Sirifo, we believe in you, Mbekarteo Filen, and they voted for him to take care of their region for 4 years. Billahi, you should believe in me. Nalata Talib Ben Sudala, Dalilo mi Allah Ta'ala Ali Banko Diala, KMC. Billahi, I have everything Talib has. Except that he's from a very rich family. I'm not. Other than that, he has Canadian education. I have Canadian education. We are age mates. Maybe he's older than me for a year or two. But we are almost age mates. You know, we are all youths. And, you know, perhaps I am even more participatory in Gambian matters than Talib. Before Talib becomes a mayor, I don't know how many of you know him in when it comes to matters of the youth. Of course, I'm not against Talib. I'm not saying anything against him, but I'm telling him that. So you can give me the chance. 4 years. And I'll open the doors of West Coast. And anybody who has great ideas will come. And you'll be allowed to give it whether you are from NCP or GPDP. And we will make it a citizen-led, a collective regional government that is devoid of any partisan politics, a model that you have never seen in that country. You will see me sitting with experts from UDP. You will see me sitting with experts from, I don't care who you are. If you want drinking water to be available to the people of Fonyi, I am willing. If you want Biaya James, first aid medical doctor. If you have a program that is going to make poultry, sise kilo, cheap for Gambians, I don't care where you come from. As long as you have that, no matter what, come from UDP, you have a program to get us a better infrastructure for the country, come. I don't care. It has to be fixed, and that is all I care about. And I want you to give me a chance. I will come to Gambia end of the year and I'll spend 5 months with all of you. Election is in May and I'm not waiting for anybody to tell me, Gitteh, do this. That is not what Gambians do. And I think that is what a lot of NPP guys are getting wrong. When I was supporting, nobody tells me to be involved in politics. When I left UDP, nobody asked me in our group that Gitteh, you should leave UDP and we go together. We went with Barrow. When I was going to Gambia to support Barrow, to support NPP, nobody asked me to do so. Nobody. I will go, in fact, anytime I go on Facebook, I will go ask for ministers. In fact, sometimes I'll quarrel with ministers. Hey, I'm busy. Quarrel. Give me information. I need this one. I need facts. Facts. I want to present it to people. That is what I've been doing. Nobody assigned me to do it. When I went to Gambia and left my family, nobody asked me to. I felt I needed to, and I went because I believe it's Gambia. When I went for parliamentary election to support Mansour Sow, nobody asked me to do so. I took my money and I flew. A day before election, I supported Mansour Sow. Unfortunately, Mansour lost because I only was there 1 day before election. I wish I were there from the beginning to do what I did during presidential election. It was going to be a very different story by the grace of Allah. And I am the one coming out. Why would I wait for NPP to tell me, oh, we want you? That is where a lot of them are getting wrong. This is about Gambia. It's not about a party. I believe I have what it takes, and I'm going to pursue that. And if you believe I am the person, you have the democratic right to support me. If you believe I'm not the person, you have the democratic right to not support me. But to think I cannot and I should not, that's where the problem is coming. And I hope we will avoid that, because I have the right to do so. As a Gambian, as a resident of West Coast, where I was born and brought up. So if you understand those legalities and those rights of mine and respect them, I'm fine. We are fine. You can pursue what you want and pursue what I want. Lakum dinukum waliya din. The rest is left with Gambians. Ite ndenga diamu na Facebook. Gambian oli yella moy. Ilatan na banka minfoe. Ha. Ye bulanom. Iman la nanka minfo. Yem filije. Ifane ta ye diamu Gambian oli. Ilate la leka minfo bang. Ha. Kabirin sida jang. Mbukafo. UDP ye nyine tinya. Do ye nyine tinya. Baro ye nyine tinya. Nko. West Coast nko la problemo mnyineti. Ibuka jio soto. Domorol da koleate la jele. Lafta agriculture improve la. Ila health sector lafta improve la. Lafta nga silol dada. Lafta flood kana soto. Lafta environment o mimbe tinya kang. Na dandangol na jiolu. Factory ben na jiol tinyala. Na balu. Na problemol funding kelman doko soto. Lafta nga ole solve. Fanga mwale tonye wo. Ola mammo tonye. Mammo to fo manfef. Ila problemol nka ole fo. Nko lafta nga na anie doko ke nga ole solve. Ni bulata no mayen tonye. Itelen tonye wo. Ifaneta ya fo ko mimbe kering yembula. Bara halka bula no mola wala nan kale ka alimbula. Mambaro to fo man UDP to fo man fendof. Mbedi amuka moleli. Nga nyinni so. Lafta ale mako luato. Na right so ka fo Gambia no latol min kanjibe. Fo ma right so ka okay. I have every right to do that. So ni bula na no ma yen no mola. Whoever you are, yen tonyen. A lot of them don't see the problems. Minuka problem, of course, they don't see those. They see me that react. And that's bad. That's very bad, unfortunately. But I'm not going to that. I am focused on my West Coast. And I believe every genuine youth in that country. And that every young man, every right-thinking person, I know wants that place to be developed. And that's why I am so passionate. Let's work together. Join Team Gitteh for West Coast. And I believe something great will happen. I'm not promising you get everything that you want, but we will build the foundation strong enough to take us where we want. Malkondona, somebody said they want to talk. If you want to talk to me, call me. Who is this guy? Maybe the person doesn't want. Yeah, you can send a request and maybe ask me a few questions. If you want to join, I give you few minutes. Yeah, you can come and you ask me if you want your concerns about it. And if you send a request,